Hello, everybody. My name is Kyle Coles, and I'm with the SEMO Health Sciences program. And today I'll be showing you how to go through and fill out a PTCAS application. So once you're on the PTCAS sign-in screen, should be at this URL. You're going to go ahead and click on Create an Account. It's pretty simple for this first little bit. Just fill in your personal information. All right, once you finish that initial information, you'll come to the Extended Profile screen, and you will click on the program plan slash intent to apply, and you will find when you plan to begin your doctorate of physical therapy. So let's just say I'm doing the summer or fall of 2026. And then you'll come to this main screen. This will show you all the sections you need to complete in order to submit an application. Now you'll start by going into the personal information section. Everything in here is pretty self-explanatory. Go through, answer some questions on the release statement, fill in some of your biographical information, your contact information, and a few other things, but all pretty self-explanatory. All right, once you fill out all the sections within personal information, it should look just like this. Should have the green check mark be filled in green. The circle around it should be completed, and it should say 8 of 8 sections completed. And then you move on to the academic history. Now, this is where some problems come up when filling out the application. We'll get to that in just a second. All right, once you fill out what college you attended, it will tell you that transcripts are required. Now, you will have to order official transcripts either electronically or order them from SEMO or whatever undergraduate program you went through. Once you do that, you're going to move on to transcript entry. Now, this is separate from ordering your transcripts, and PTCAS does provide a professional transcript entry service. For a fee, they'll enter the transcripts so that you don't have to. However, you will still have to go through and check them. So most of the time, it is worth it just to go ahead and enter them yourselves. So when entering transcripts, you need to make sure that all your information is correct. You go ahead and enter the transcript entry. Now you'll start by adding a semester. Go ahead and select when that semester was. So say fall of 22. Select your academic status, probably freshman if you're studying from the start. And then you go ahead and select completed if you've already completed that semester. And then you can go ahead and add a course. Now this is where you'll go through and you'll add each individual class. So say I took Bio 101, Introduction to Biology, put in the course title. Go ahead and select your subject. So go ahead and select biology. If I can find it, there it is. Let's say it was worth 3 credits. Say I got an A, and that'll mean that I have a CAS grade of an A. Now, if you don't know what a CAS grade is, go ahead and do some research. Make sure that your school used CAS grades. You're going to have to convert those into CAS grades if your school did not. Now, once you've gone through and added all the classes from that semester, go ahead and click Save. And you'll go ahead and be able to see it down here at the bottom. and continue with this process until all semesters are completed and all your classes are added. Once you've completed your transcripts, you can go ahead and enter the transcript review. Go ahead and click that button, get started. You'll click which one is your primary. If you took any lab courses, we'll say yes that my biology was a lab. So go ahead and say that was a lecture with a lab. I'll ask if you repeated any classes. I'll ask if you got any credit for AP exams, advanced placement exams. I'll say that I got advanced placement credit for it. Why not? Say I took no additional tests. I didn't take any honors courses. I didn't go study abroad. And then it'll say transcript entry is complete. For standardized test, just go ahead and add any test scores that you have. If you don't have any, click I am not adding any standardized test. Returning to this main screen, you should be able to see that your academic history is now complete. You can move on to supporting information. Here you'll go through and add observation hours, experiences, achievements, and licenses and certifications. So you go through, add them, enter all the info, enter the hours, select what type it is, and then save and continue. Repeat the same for experiences, achievements, licenses, and certifications. PTCAS also requires an essay about what unique traits you will bring to the PT profession that will help you be successful, and that has a max of 4,500 characters. Now, once you have completed those three sections, you'll move on to program materials. Now, when you click on here, this is where you'll be able to find the programs that you are looking for. Now, say I want to go to Allen College, maybe I can add that to my profile. And depending on some of your choices earlier on, it might display to them that you would like to join their program. Go ahead and click continue, and then go ahead and click continue to my application. Now we will go to their program materials. There'll be a home page that offers you some information about the program and some of their application information and admission requirements. There'll be a questions page where they'll ask you a couple of questions. Go ahead and fill that out. Now moving on to the references page, PTCAS does references a little bit differently than usual. You won't just be asking someone for a letter and uploading it. Instead, you'll be requesting it through the platform. So you go ahead and hit request PTCAS references. And the refers information will be filled in at the top. You put their first name, last name, email address, the due date of the reference, and then you can add a personal message or note. Now, PTCAS will send off an email asking them for some information and for a letter of recommendation instead of you just uploading it. The next page is the prerequisites page. So you can go through here and assign courses from your transcript to fulfill these prerequisites. So say for biology, I'll click assign course, and I can go down here and I can select the course that I think fills this prerequisite and hit save and exit. Repeat that for all the other courses. Once you've completed that program materials section, you should see everything green, everything completed, all the sections completed, and you should be ready to submit your application. Now you go up here to submit application, you'll hit submit, and then you will go through and pay for the application and submit it. Once you have submitted the application, you're pretty much done. You can go over to this check status screen to see how your application is doing for each program, to see what you need, see what you're waiting for. You can check on your transcripts, your references, all that stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this at least a little bit helpful. have a great day.